This is Jamie and Julia, everyone. I'm Jamie. Right here, I'm following along to Julia Child's cookbooks. I'm cooking everything in sight. And today I got a bite-sized episode. Yee!
Oh! Bon appetit.
I'm in volume 1 of Mastering the Art, and yeah, this cheese puff recipe sounds interesting. Petite choux au fromage, and they're just like cocktail appetizers. Bite-sized. Get it? Yeah, it's also a tiny recipe.
Get it?
Less than half of a page, and then, I have to go over to the choux pastry part of the recipe, which is right over here. And I know this part very well from a couple other recipes, so that's it, really. Easy peasy today. Everything I need for this recipe is right here in front of me. 4 ounces, 117 grams of sifted flour, 1 cup or 237 milliliters of water, 3 ounces or 84 grams of butter. Oh, but I need to cut that up into pieces. 4 eggs. Gonna need some nutmeg along the way, salt and pepper. And this beautiful thing right here is grated cheese. I couldn't decide which one to use, so I'm gonna use both. There's Gruyere, Swiss cheese, and Parmesan cheese, and this is 4 ounces, 114 grams. The cookbook couldn't make up its mind, so neither could I. So I'm gonna need my favorite saucepan. All right, so pâte à choux, choux pastry, is one of those quick, easy, and useful preparations that every cook should know how to make. I know how to make it, I just wish I could remember all the measurements in my head. So in the saucepan, I'm gonna add water and butter. Pinch of nutmeg, plus a little for good luck. 1/8 teaspoon of pepper. And about a teaspoon of salt. Bring it to a boil. Let there be light. I'm gonna turn off the heat, add in the flour, and beat like hell until it's all incorporated. Blend it thoroughly. Then turn the heat back up to medium-high, and then keep beating it for 1 to 2 minutes until the mixture leaves the sides of the pan. Okay, cool. And I lift it up and it forms a mass. That's cool. This is good. Off the heat. That took more like 30 seconds, not a minute. Dig a little well into the middle of the mixture. Dig it. Okay, there's my well. And what I gotta do, this is the trickiest part of the recipe, I gotta add an egg one at a time into this. And the trick is obviously not to scramble your eggs. So you gotta move fast, super fast, because every time I do this, I'm walking a tightrope. Okay, things are going well. Okay, next egg into the mix. Move fast, move fast. Next egg. Okay, that is done. Success. Now what you gotta do is add the cheese into the hot mixture. Just season it up just a little bit. Pepper and salt skis. I should have done this about 5 minutes ago, but I'm gonna turn the oven on. Preheat it to 425°F. And I need a piping bag, or as she calls it in the book, a forcing bag. Sounds weird. Get the mix into the piping bag. Baking sheet. I can never do that. I did it once, but they made a huge mess. I saw this on a cooking show once. Right, snip the tip. These need to be 1.5 inches in diameter. And in a circular motion, and about 1/2 inch high. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So an egg with 1/2 teaspoon of water. Whiskey. Brush each pastry with the egg wash, but it also says flatten each puff very slightly with the sides of the brush. Okay. Brush it and flatten it. And if any egg drips down onto the baking sheet, just wipe it off because it's gonna prevent the puff from rising, you know? Into the oven, and top and lower half gonna bake that for 20 minutes. This is my call, but at the 10-minute mark, I'm gonna rotate the pans. Top's gonna go on the bottom, bottom's gonna go on the top, so that neither the bottom or the top get burnt. Oh, hell yeah. So these will be golden brown and firm and crusty to touch. Most definitely, most definitely. Now I need to poke each side with a sharp knife, I guess just so that they can cool off in the inside as well. All right, so turn the oven off. These gotta go in. Leave the door ajar for 10 minutes. After that, I need to have them cool off on a baking rack. These are ready. Order up. It's crazy how light and pillowy and airy these things are. It's insane. Check out the holes or the crumb or whatever. They're flaky on the outside, but when you bite into it, it's incredibly moist. Not damp, moist. Tastes fancy. The cheese is like mouth-watering. Okay, I had a lot of those. That's an 11 out of 10. As time goes by, these are starting to feel more like a brioche bun or something. Listen to this hot take. Hot puffs will seem perfectly cooked when taken out of the oven, but if left as they are, they will become soggy as they cool because there's always an uncooked center portion that gradually spreads its dampness through to the outside crust. That's exactly what's happening right now. This is Jamie and Julia. Bon appetit. Au revoir. New on my Patreon this week, I just released a exclusive Q&A video. So if you want to check that out, sign up for my Patreon right around here, I think. There should be a box around